Hey. You guys were kind of slow on the what's the word I'm looking for? Not trigger,
Draw?
but on the draw. Yeah, the draw works. Draw works. I like
Quick
that.
on the draw, hombre.
You're a little slow on the draw, hombre. But yes, this is just
Here we are.
and to the right of me. No, it's left of me. Left of me.
Mr. Oh so fly.
And
The one with the crackers. The cracker with the crackers.
Cracker with the messed up butter.
that's all you said it. I'm fine with it.
Mr. Tomato Soup.
Mr. Tomato Soup. Okay. And last but not least.
It's me, Saint You.
Oh. Bob, this is the Shot Club. You know, It's the show where we like to talk shit
and
take shots.
Yeah.
So as I say that, let's get the first one out of the way. I'm sitting here trying to share up the video on Facebook.
Share it up. Share it up.
Share it up.
All right.
So what is this first shot to?
Butter.
First shot is to butter
him than me.
Butter your bagel.
Butter. Bomb to the bomb. All right, so how's everybody's week been? Seeing Trace's dancing. How was your week?
Yo, the weather is getting better, and I appreciate that. I worked a shift at my old job yesterday. I got called in, asked to do a shift, and I was like, man, I miss it out here. The weather's getting better. The ladies are out jogging and stuff. It's
a wonderful thing to see.
The weather's getting better.
Yeah. Except today. Today is not nice at all. And
today just went that cold for no reason.
It's getting better, and I just like spring. Spring is my thing.
Y'all stop focusing on the negative, man.
No, I'm a summer baby. Anytime the seasons get closer to summer, I'm good. It's when it gets away from summer. Then,
How many seasons are in your life? They start to get closer, the seasons.
Like, the only season that matters is summer. Everything else is just either a prelude. No, I was going to say a prelude or a preclude, but I don't know if that makes sense. But it makes sense in my head, so that's all that matters. But yes.
Is that how you feel?
It's how I feel, sir. It is how I feel.
Dope.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yo, Mo's just smelling it. And he's just like, you know what? I can't explain it, but I'm just gonna keep eating.
No, I can't even eat it. Something off there. This is the second time. I buttered something else. I guess it's my butter. I think it's my butter.
So you're putting butter on the crackers?
No, I have butter on a bagel.
Oh, okay.
Say that again, sir. What?
I buttered my bagel. Come on, butter. You can do better.
But yeah, so how was your week?
Butters and bagels and crackers, oh my.
How was your week, Mo?
Fucking good.
Sounded almost like it was a stressed week, and then it just became
it's just fucking swamped. Feels like swamped. Like just if time's flying by. I feel like, but good.
Yeah,
there's lots going on. Trying to get through the course.
Did you get to go outside? Seeing how like Trace and the weather was good.
Yeah, I go for a walk with Harley every day. Obviously, more than one walk. I let him out of the dungeon once a day.
That's not a dungeon then. I let my kids out once a month to the backyard where it's fenced in.
Yeah, well, we got there too.
They look over the fence like, yo,
it's his yard.
What life is out here. Oh man, they facing 18. they facing 18, not to life, no, just 18.
yeah.
Once they hit 18, they're free to go.
Yeah.
But yes.
But it was good anyways. And you, David?
Very nice. I didn't do much. Learn some lessons. You know.
Yeah. Oh. As soon as you said that, you just brought it back to me. We don't want to talk about lessons. We don't want to talk about lessons today.
I learned some lessons and, figured out how to improve myself as a businessman, because I'm about business, man. And so.
It's true.
Good. That's always good.
Oh, man.
Improvement. Think and Grow Rich.
Good book.
When you think and you grow rich, how important is trust?
How important is trust?
In what?
Yeah, in a business situation. Think and grow. Because business is so cutthroat. You know what I mean? And they say there's no friends, no family, no heart in business. Business is like a well-oiled machine. Like, you want to get to the top, you're going to have to do some things that are against your morals, against this, that, and the third.
I don't know that.
Not always, but business is supposed to be cold. You know what I mean? So
It's just business.
Blooded.
you see it. So how important is trust in business?
I think it's very important.
That's why contracts are made, baby.
But if you have a contract, is that really trust?
Hmm?
If you have a contract, is that really trust?
Yeah, I trust you
think
to sign
so.
it. I trust you to sign it.
I think
I'm
so.
Or I
sorry.
trust you to stick to the rules of the contract itself.
Outside of
But-
that, I don't trust you at all.
But outside of that contract, though, if you do not stick to the rules, there are consequences. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's not really, I don't know. To that, I'm like, is that really trust?
Contracts are due diligence and covering your ass.
Mm-hmm.
But if you trust, you wouldn't have to worry about covering your ass because your ass would already be covered, right?
Yeah, but
Not necessarily.
Factors can always come into play that if you don't have your ass covered, you might get.
see, the reason why contracts are there because someone trusted someone that they shouldn't,
Right.
and they figured that they should have had some paperwork behind that trust. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta make sure that you protect your investment. That's all.
Before we keep going, Steve says word foot.
Word.
What's the foot mean though?
I don't know what the foot means.
Word stepper. Well, I don't know.
Hey, Renee.
What's up, Renee?
Happy Sunday, Jay. What up, Renee? But yeah, no, it just made me think of that because usually, like I was saying earlier, like business, they always say it's cold.
Yeah.
And if you're saying the break, it was almost like I might have misunderstood, but it was almost like you're saying distrust is what created the contract. Because
Distrust definitely created a contract. Because the gentleman's handshake used to mean something, right?
Yeah.
Your word was your bond used to mean something. So
Word was your foot.
well, word foot. It had to have meant something, and where somebody said, "This person, after shaking hands,
yeah,
went against what we shook hands on," or this person, after giving their word, went against what their word was.
yeah. I think you'd find it more within like illegal businesses, just because you don't have that legal side to protect you.
Facts.
So it would really have to be trustworthy. Like it'd have to be someone you could trust to know that they're not going to fuck you over in the end.
Facts.
That shit is crazy. Business is nuts, honestly.
I was thinking about that too just the other day, where a lot of people who make it, a lot of successful people who make it, only make it because they got a lot of shady ass people in their corner. You know what I mean?
Or they are the shady person.
Or they're the shady person. Like take Drake for example. He hasn't done shit in his life. He's woke up, did the grassy, started rapping. He hasn't done nothing. He hasn't ran no streets. He hasn't sold no drugs. He hasn't shot nobody. He hasn't done no.
One have to do with the other.
but everybody in his corner, right, has lived that lifestyle, right? And they live that way, and they only survive that way because someone could trust them and they could trust somebody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
They know what it takes to press through in the roughest of times,
Right.
to make sure that they get to where they gotta go.
Okay.
That's the kind of people you need on your team, whether they live that life or not.
Right.
But in business, you need those kind of people behind you, that kind of mentality.
True.
Actually, I'm just thinking about it because I'm like, a few of us like we dealt with trust in business. Like Mo's dealt with trust in business. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, where do you find that line? You know what I mean? Like, say, like me and Trace do the podcast. Like, where's the trust in the middle? Like when we do the Casual Fan.
Wait, what's it called?
The Casual Fan podcast that comes on every like Thursday and Friday.
Thursday. Yes,
Yeah,
that one. Thursday. Chocolate Podcast, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified when we go live.
Or, sorry, maybe it's not trust. Maybe it's the expectation of the other person that I'm thinking of. Because you should have an expectation. If you're going into a business, maybe we're calling it trust, but maybe it's just expectation of the other person. And it's not really, I don't trust you to do this, but I expect you to do this because within the business concept, this is what we said we're going to do.
Well,
Right.
And therein where lies where a lot of the mistrust can come from when expectations are not identified and obligate or roles are not identified beforehand, and you may have some expectation in your head that the other person doesn't have and can be perceived as mistrust, whereas discussions maybe weren't had when they should have been.
Now, with like examples in my head, I know it's outside of music. Have you guys ever had this issue in music where it came maybe working on a project, working on a song? Like I've done a song with one dude featuring another dude.
Featuring another dude.
Featuring another dude. And it was just like in the end, like it didn't play out the way I thought it was gonna play out. And I just like I still have the song and I've never released it just out of like there's so much foolishness that came around that whole song. I don't really care for it anymore.
Hey.
Was this I think I know what song you're talking about. Was this when you were a saucier in San Antone?
A saucier in San Antone?
What is happening right now?
Maybe not. I got it confused with something else.
I'm looking.
I was waiting for the bar. I was
putting
waiting for
letters
the bar.
together. I'm like saucier in San Antone.
What is happening right now?
I'm a dude playing another dude.
Playing a dude.
Okay, yes. I get the joke. You know what's worse? Like what I find when I'm dealing with like artists is that when you guys tell a joke, I have to figure out how many levels is this joke?
Yeah.
How many layers is this joke? So I gotta sit here and be like, okay, so as you say that, saucier in San Antone, I'm like SISA, Sissa. No, I didn't make a song with anybody named Sissa, but that is close to Sosa. That is close to Sosa. Did I make any song with Sosa? No, I don't have no Sosas on the song.
Oh my god!
No. Like this whole. Okay, so what is this shot too?
This is taking it for what it's worth.
Bum. I see Trace cracked out the Kraken.
Double tapping the Kraken.
Yeah.
Bum.
You know when you had one of those nights when you were double tapping the Kraken?
But yeah. All right, so random question for you guys. Because I just see it like a lot and I always found it weird. Have you guys met famous people like one-on-one type of thing? Like nothing crazy, right? Do you guys take pictures or do you not take pictures with them?
So just to before we get into this, I was just listening to Kevin Hart on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about this guy who he was in a restaurant had to go to the bathroom and like had to go to the bathroom. So he like got up and was like, you can tell it's one of those, I gotta go. And this guy like stopped him on the way, like, yo, Kev. And he's like, yeah, just let me go, and then we'll come back. And
yeah.
And the guy went, followed him in the bathroom and like waited right out there. And he was like, he came out and he's like, oh, you're right here. Like, what the fuck were you doing? Were you taking pictures of my feet and putting it over? And he's just like, he said, oh, well, I didn't want to lose you, you know, let's take that photo. And he's just like, he was talking about how, you know, there used to be, he hasn't signed an autograph and he doesn't know how long.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long it's been since he signed an autograph. People used to come up, you know, or the odd person will come up, shake his hand and have a conversation. And then it's like, okay, you know, let's get that pic. But I mean, all that is out. It's just boom in your face with the camera now.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know,
Because
like
people got to feeling familiar.
Yeah. But it's not even about I'm getting to meet and talk to Kevin Hart. It's here's a photo that I can post of Kevin Hart. You know what I mean? It's like
it's not about the clout, the whole clout of it.
It's like
now I have a picture.
It's like when eBay took off, and everybody was like putting the autographs and stuff like that up for sale.
Yep. And that's why it sucks when they drop like a new shoe or like a new anything drops now.
Autograph quick,
buy it off.
Put it on eBay, and boom.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So, anyways, that just reminded me of that. So carry on with your question.
Yeah. So I was just saying, like, when you guys meet people, do you have to take a picture? Do you feel you need to take a picture?
I have never taken a picture with anybody I've met. And I've met a few big heads. Never had to take a picture, bro. Like, cause my interest is more hearing what they have to say, right? Than people knowing that I've met this person and I've had a conversation with that individual. They don't need to know all that, right?
Mm.
It's not important to me.
What about you, Trey?
I'm more appreciative of the moment. Like, I don't have to capture everything, and like, you know, I've done a little bit of traveling, but I don't like having my camera out or my phone out while I'm traveling or whatever. I'm too busy enjoying it. That's gonna last longer, mean more to me than just having snaps of everywhere I've been or whatever. So it's like if I meet somebody, I hope to just it's a good night. I hope that when I'm in contact with them, it's a good experience. And I can live with it. It's not my thing. If we happen to have somebody take a photo or something, cool. But it's not something I look for.
That you're going out there to okay. Yeah, I see that. There's some people who like to do it, but I feel like they might do it as in almost like a resume.
Yeah.
So if I do a show and I open for AZ, I'm gonna go take a picture with AZ just to show that I did a show with AZ. And then Sean, like, how many people have pictures like Sean Price or Mad Child or whatever?
I've met
definitely not asking Sean Price for.
No,
not Sean Price for.
I've met every single one of them.
Even if he was like, he's not somebody. He watches interviews and stuff. He's not a personable person.
No, bro, he is. Like, I sat there and had conversation with the man, and I could have easily said, "Yo, Sean, take a pic with me," and he would have done it, right? But it's not about that. Like, but he's gonna tell you the truth right off the rip. Like, this one kid walked up to him at a show after the show and handed him his CD. Said, "Yo, I'm a producer. I want you to check out my stuff and blah blah blah." Sean goes, "Yo, are you dope?" Man's like, him and high, and he's like, "Nah, bro. When I ask you if you're dope, that's your chance to be like, yo, I'm the best fucking producer ever." Blah blah blah. He goes, "Here, take this back. Try it again." Right? So he goes, "Yo, you dope?" He's like, "Yo, I'm the best producer. You got to hear my shit. I run this city. Da 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 da." Now he's on his hype, right?
Yeah.
So he goes, "Cool. I'm going to check this out." The kid busts the corner at the Phoenix to leave, and as soon as he busts the corner, he goes, "Yo, fuck this shit," and he threw the CD across the stage. He goes, "Fuck, am I checking you out if you ain't confident about your shit?" Right? He's more, but he's going to tell you straight, like, fuck out of here.
I heard a ton of stories about him when I was on tour with Term and Static. They they knew him well, and so I heard all kinds of crazy stories about him. But yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds. I definitely have taken photos with some people and not with others. It's never been about the photo. Like, I took a picture with RZA because it was RZA.
Yeah.
Like we got to chop it up for a while. It was at a conference, so we talked. And then I was like, yo, we got to do this one. You know, like there's certain ones where I might be like, yeah, we got to do this one. But it's definitely not, I'm not going to run up and be like, you know, not saying taking coffee. And then, like you said, AZ, like I did it too, like 3-4 runs with AZ, and we don't have no photos. There's Bone Thugs I did a tour with. We don't have no photos. Like, but then I toured with other guys who like we got photos. Like Tracin will be at the merch booth and somebody will snap a photo, and that's
right.
a real photo as opposed to like here we gotta get this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I have one of those
That shit to me, I don't know. That's corny to me.
Yeah, I have one of those photos with High Tech and one with Russell Simmons. Like I was at a bar, we were there, someone snapped a picture.
Yeah.
Right. It's not that me saying, "Yo, can I get a picture of you?" You know what I mean, it's not about that.
The one I took with RZA was taken on a camera because we didn't have camera phones.
Wow.
I got to meet RZA and KRS-One at one of KRS-One's concerts at Opera House. Right. RZA just ran up on stage. He's in the back. KRS-One saw him. He called him out. He ran up on stage, did a wicked freestyle. At the end, I went backstage, just chopping it up with them.
Yeah.
I don't need a picture for that. I mean, the experience in that conversation alone is worth more.
Yes, that's one of the things. That's like one of the biggest things for me. I'm like, do I need a picture to show everybody, or is it just about I'm gonna remember this? I'm never gonna forget this, unless like some random way I'm gonna get amnesia down the road. I'm always gonna remember meeting these people.
Bro,
so why am I like?
You can tell you love comic books and shit because like
knowing Cheza, if he had amnesia and he saw a picture of himself and RZA, he'd be like, "Oh, who's that guy beside me?" Pointing to himself, thinking that he was RZA and the other guy was some random person. That's what Cheza would do.
If you were really worried about that on some memento shit, you're gonna have to tattoo the shit on your arm. So you remember.
Stand still. We're gonna get this done.
Cheza definitely got a text from RZA saying, "Call me," and in Cheza's mind, he responded back.
I did. I definitely did. So, when did it become roast Cheza moment? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, what's going on?
It's not your birthday?
No, wrong, brother. Like, don't be rude. Yo, did you know he didn't get wet up? He did not get wet up. I was upset.
Who?
Mr. Miller on his birthday. He did not get wet up.
Because he's in Florida.
Yeah, that's where we learned the stuff.
Yeah, but they're on a different wave right now because the armpit of the South.
Yo,
some dumb shit all the time.
This guy tells me, he said he went into the gym.
Yo,
when he first walks in,
our Florida viewers.
When he first walks in, the person in the front, they have a mask on. So he's wearing his mask and he goes in, he starts working out. Starts looking around. He said there was nobody in there with a mask on.
No, of course
nobody.
Not.
He said people were looking at him like, who is this guy? Why is he so intense? Like, they're like, he must be from out of town. Like, they look at you when you wear a mask in Florida and they're like, what's wrong with you? Like, what are you doing? Take it off. Like, like no, that shit.
No one else is doing it.
The shit doesn't run in the States.
Do as the Romans do, bro.
It's like the worst. It's like less mass, the more you go south. So in Connecticut, he said they were doing it in Connecticut, but it was like, you know what I mean? If they saw you without a mask, they're not questioning you. You know what I mean? Like some are with it, some aren't with it. Florida, none of them are with it. There's like, get out of here with your democratic shit.
There's some states that are open 100%.
Yeah.
There's like 17 to 20 of them that are open 100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Georgia's been like that for a while.
Yeah. I feel like
but they're also
right.
They're also comparing the numbers. Florida, who's not following any protocol, and California, that is, they pretty much have identical numbers.
So it's like point. Well,
I don't think you should do as the Romans do. I don't think anyone.
Is Texas open?
Do as the Floridians do, though.
No, should never do. Because you hear a fucked up story, and you're like, that person's from Florida.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, where are they from?
You don't even have to look it up. That it's from Florida. Now, where in Florida? It depends on how fucked up the situation.
He should have just told him.
I want to know how long this has been a thing.
Just tell him that's where I keep my gun.
No, because now they're going to want to see how small his fucking gun is.
The pause.
This is where I keep my gun. How big is your gun? Don't worry about it. Nah, let me see your gun.
Open your mouth up and let me see your gun.
It's gone too far. But yeah, no, the whole thing about famous.
I'm not
is,
adding to this because we got a minute left.
Oh yeah, no, the whole famous thing is because I see it a lot online. Like I see a lot of people, they take their pictures and it's like it's not really a fan thing, you know what I mean? It's just like look at all the people I've met.
It's
and all I can think of is like
Yeah.
it's cool if you met them, but you don't know them. You know what I mean? Next time they see you, they're still gonna walk by you. Hey.
Well, you've heard I've heard stories from other people who have taken photos with people because they saw other people taking photos with the person. They don't know who the person is.
Yeah. I've seen that a few times.
i.e. Toronto Raptors championship parade with a certain superstar.
Signing autographs, being out there with the fans for how many hours? Shout out to Kawhi, the guy who
In the jersey.
while he's on the parade.
Wearing the jersey.
He's wearing the jersey. Man had the braids back. He was walking up and down while the Raptors are on the thing. Man was signing autographs because people thought the man was Kawhi.
And taking pictures.
Their pictures, autographs, everything, thinking the man is Kawhi. I was dying.
Shout out to the hustle, man. Because I want to know if he charged for any of those autographs. For real.
I would have. I would have been charging you for
shout out to
stupidity.
David Bowie for making fame.
Shout out to the fake Kawhi.
Fake Kawhi. The fuck. I was gonna say fuck Kawhi, but that doesn't sound so bad.
I seen some fake what's I don't even know. I was like, oh, the guy with the dreads who's got face tattoos. I was like, fuck.
Wayne? Oh, Lil Pump?
Yeah.
I saw that video, the Lil Pump video. The guy went to all the concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was deep.
Well, also like kind of opposite of that is when I was on tour with
What was
MGK,
that?
he was making his way to the stage, and the bouncer was like stopping him from getting on stage, and he didn't. So this is the opposite. They didn't realize it was him. He ended up headbutting the bouncer, and it turned into a whole thing.
A whole melee.
Yeah, good word.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's French.
Just headbutt the bouncer, so I just
Yeah. Because the guy grabbed him. Like he's like
Can't
like
have
a big-
headbutt bouncers.
cheese string. It's like a big cheese string. And so he just grabbed him, and I guess he was just like,
He's like, let me go. All right. Who? Well, I don't know how to put this because I didn't really meet him. But who is the most famous person you've met or come across?
pause.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Unless it's a female, yeah.
But yeah, who is the most that you've met?
Who you're asking?
I'm trying to see who has the first answer.
Well, I've met Drake, so that's the most famous person right now. So.
Yeah, there you go.
But to me, like the person that I really looked forward to meeting was KRS. I mean, but also I met Drake before he was Drake, so whatever.
Yeah.
But still.
I'd have to say music-wise, probably Most Def, I guess.
That's not bad. Yassine B.
And then not music-wise.
Here's it B.
Okay.
Not music. Yeah, B.
Probably Gordie Howe.
Babe.
Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
That sounds like you've met him in Sudbury. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like you met him in Sudbury.
Of course.
Trace, who's the most famous person you met?
He was signing autographs at the Sorrento Hotel, if you remember where that was.
I can't think.
It's because you said that you remind me of someone else. All right. Who you got, Trace?
I really can't think of anybody at the moment.
Like no one famous that you've even come across. It's like
Okay.
it doesn't have to be super crazy famous. It's just like someone that you know that can be a celebrity. Like even Maestro can be a celebrity, honestly. You know what I mean? Like even though he's Canadian, it's still a thing. And you've met a lot of people on tour.
Yeah, I can
You've
tell you
done
this.
shows. You've opened for people.
One
I'm not
person
sure if you
that
actually met them.
one person when I was younger, predictably, you could see him.
Doesn't mean you met him.
I know, but I'm saying there's a chance. What you were saying, David?
One person that predictably
Master Ace?
you always
I
meet
guess.
him after
Master Ace. That's
Nice.
a good one.
Master
That's a good one.
That's a big one. But yeah,
Hello.
predictably,
Guy Dollar Sign.
every single time this man would win a fight or not win a fight, he'd go to the Church's Chicken up in Brampton. Like the next day, he'd be at the Church's Chicken, picking up food for his mom.
Who?
Lennox Lewis.
Oh yeah, I heard he was always up here. Yes, I did hear.
Anytime he had a fight, he'd fly out the next day, and he'd go to the churches, and we'd always see him there, bro. And he'd just pick up food for his mom, say hi to whoever was there, and go to his mom's house, which was around the corner.
Oh, that's big. That's big.
Funny. Talking about pictures of celebrities and Lennox Lewis. There's a picture of him at the barbershop right across from Bathurst Station, Lloyd's.
Okay.
His picture.
Crazy how many like
with
before I moved to Toronto, I didn't really know how many celebrities really passed through. I didn't know how many celebrities actually are here. Then you hear about Bob Marley's mom used to live here. Who else? Like you guys saying, Sanchez is down in Hamilton. You know what I mean? Oliver, Louis Rankin was just here. You know what I mean? Like,
is the company here too, with Oliver?
Oliver in the company.
Oliver Samuels.
So the biggest two that I've met,
Raekwon was up here for a little bit.
Yeah.
He
was up here raping Factor is what he was doing.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, man, if he was getting the money, it's on them, not him.
Was that?
No, when he came here, he was just getting a pure bunch of Factor money, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He paid somebody very well to figure out, to make sure he got those grants. That's all.
It. He got a dope ass grant writer, put Wu-Tang on the signed it at the bottom, and they were like, Wu-Tang? Boom, give him the money.
That's it. Nothing more.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fund with.
Oh yeah, the one let's say like two I've met. Now that you said at a sign-in, the sign-in I met Ultimate Warrior.
Oh,
like the original Ultimate Warrior when he was still on the stuff, and all I remember is Warrior. This is the 80s. I was like 6.
So before he was Warrior.
Yeah, when I say the man's arms,
Warrior.
No, this was WWF Warrior. He was Ultimate Warrior. It was the only way I knew him as Ultimate Warrior. The man's arms were like this.
He didn't. No,
he didn't legally change the clarification for your Thursday podcast or whatever it is. Okay, y'all fuck off this wrestling shit.
Which one?
This man was
which one is
so
that?
big. But yeah, this man was so big that the guy passed him.
How big was he?
The guy passed him the picture. He grabs this. He slides the picture. His arm stayed like this. He slides the picture over, signs it, passed it over. This is just the way his arm stayed. Like this. It was just like this on the chair. I was like, and all I could think, like, his arm was the size of me.
He should have been a DJ.
He was pretty upset for it. But when I say this man's arm was the size of me, it was crazy as a kid. Oh, bringing it back. David.
You lost him.
See what I can do. See what I can do now?
Oh, the arm went up. Oh, yeah.
How far? How far? Oh! Look at that.
He can do the marionette. But yeah, and
That's
the
what
other
my doctor
person,
said. The doctor said once you get to marionette level,
you're good.
you're halfway there.
It's a part of physio now. Do the marionette at least 15 minutes.
Y'all
Ago.
are ridiculous. I'll tell you that right now.
But yeah, the second one I met was Ron Artest. It was very. I can't even say I met him. It was like it was in Miami. Me and Dwight were walking down the street. And then
Was this Ron Artest or Meta World Peace?
Ron Artest. Ron Artest. So we're in Miami. We're walking down the street, and we see this really short Asian girl with this really tall black guy. So me and Dwight are like, "What the fuck is that?" So we're looking, we're pointing, and then he looks at us. We go, "Oh shit, it's Artest." I think Artest was like, "Oh shit, somebody spotted me." So he gave the the head nod. So we looked back at him, gave him the head nod, and he was just like, kept it going. And then we're just like, okay, that was the weirdest shit ever. But I was like, why is he with such a little girl? Like, not like a young
That
girl,
means I'm
sorry.
not stopping for
Or
you.
people go crazy.
Yeah. No,
That
just a short girl.
But I was, a short girl, not a little girl. But yeah, no, I was never the type to. Actually, that same weekend was funny because we rented out. There's like one of those like stretch Hummers, and you can rent it out for like an hour. So we rented the stretch Hummer for an hour.
Wait, where was it?
Miami on the strip. So we rented the stretch Hummer for an hour, and it just drives around the strip, right? So Dwight's friends were with us, and they were so hyped to be in a stretch limo. They're screaming out the sunroof, "We just signed to the Dolphins! Oh, new contract!" They're screaming. And who the fuck did we see? Oh, shit. I can't remember. He was a basketball player. He used to play for the Golden State Warriors. He was tall. I mean, it was like CJ or something. But I know that's pretty much a basketball player description. But it was so funny because they go, "Yo!" and say his name. And the guy turns around and he's like, "Hey!"
No.
Hey!
Oh, they went. Hey.
Actually, that's what he did. That's what he did. He was like, "Hey!" And they looked at him and goes, "You're a bum." He was like, "Fuck you guys." But yeah, for that whole hour, they were screaming. They were screaming out the window, "We just signed a new contract to the Dolphins." Da, 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 da. So they were talking to a whole lot of shit to a bunch of different girls and all that shit, right? So after the hour stopped, tell me why the hour stopped right like in front of where those girls were. So me and Dwight, they didn't see us. We weren't screaming out the window. So we just, boom, we skipped. They were like, "Can you pull up? Can you pull up a little further?" And they're like, "No, you got to get out here." So they get out and the girls are like, "Thought you signed to the Dolphins." They're like, "Oh, no, we didn't." In this kind of that's what you guys get, man. But yeah. So what is this?
I was in my. Oh, yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
To making it, even if you don't make it.
Making it, even if you don't make it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Montreal once, and I was just walking down the street, and this guy pushes me out of the way. I was like, "What the fuck?" I look up, and just as I do, a huge chunk of ice had fallen off the building. He was actually pushing me out of the way. Literally, like landed right beside me. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, shit.
And then he just kept walking, and I looked, and I was like, "Oh, that's Matthew Lillard."
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that is very random.
Yeah.
That is very random.
He was one of the killers
Scream.
in Scream. Yeah.
He played Shaggy in
And he
Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Raggy?
The man saved his life and walked off.
Oh, okay.
The, man,
Not Skeet Ulrich, the other killer in Scream.
the man's name is Skeet. Hold on, bring it back. What did you say the guy's name is? Skeet Ulrich?
In Scream, the two killers, one was Skeet Ulrich and the other one was Matthew Lillard.
So the guy's real name is Skeet, though.
Skeet Ulrich, yeah. You don't remember Skeet Ulrich? He was like,
I know the face you're talking about, the other
Yeah,
killer,
yeah.
but I didn't know his name was Skeet.
yeah. His middle name is Skeet.
Interesting.
Skeet all right.
So if he says, take that.
No, no,
Take that.
no. Thank you, sir.
It's like, Skeet, we need to do another. We need to do another take. No, take that.
So, quick question for you guys: as artists, do you guys miss the stage?
Yes.
For sure, yeah.
What part of it? Just the whole performance? What is it you miss from the stage? Like, just the. See me, I am not a big stage person. I feel like it's weird. Like when I get into it, it's cool when I get into it, but to start it is like
I don't believe that.
motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. When I get into it, I get into it, but to start it, fuck, it's crazy. So I've never looked forward to going on the stage. It was almost like
I think that's
have
with
to
a
do
lot
that.
of things, though.
So it's like this whole break. I haven't been like, oh man, I can't wait to hit the stage. I'm just like, yeah, until it happens.
But you're the one constantly. You're the one that's consistently putting up music. You gotta hit the stage when this opens up.
Yeah, definitely. I've already been asked to go on a show, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that right now. It was just straight. I'm like, I don't want to do that right now. That could be also the mind state of myself, where it's like, I wanted the show to matter. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to do shows to do shows anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it has to matter. It's like, what is the point of this show? What am I bringing across? What am I gaining from it?
Right.
If it's just to be one person out of 8 to 20 people.
Right.
I'd rather not. Like,
That's fair.
But it goes back to what we were talking about last week when David was saying people are going to be starved that whole first week. People are just gonna want to find something. Like, I'll never forget when we went to Timmins the first time, and we met people who came into the show because just live hip hop played. They had to come see it because they hadn't gotten it.
yeah, it's true.
Yo, there's gonna be people starved for live performances, and not everybody's gonna be able to get the tickets to whatever Live Nation big concert or big tour that's going to come first. Like,
or they're
there's going
not
to
going
be
to want to go and do this vaccine passport just to enjoy their fucking life, right? So, like, some places are going to start requiring you to get a vaccination just to even enter a building.
Get in a place, yeah.
Right? So it's like, there's going to be places that are completely against that are going to be like, yo, like there's a place in Houston. They're giving out free memberships to anyone who doesn't get the vaccine for gym membership.
That's the other way. Like, most people are like, I'll give it to you if you get it. They're like, nah.
Krispy Kreme was giving people a free donut for getting the vaccine.
Free donut.
Gym membership.
Oh, that's what that was about.
Yeah.
I saw my boy posting a video. He's like, look at all these sheep all lined up for Krispy Kreme. I was like, they just like the donuts, bro. I don't know. I didn't realize it was for getting your vaccine.
The correlation of it.
Yeah.
But
I was like, yeah, they're fat pieces of shit who are gonna die. But I mean, you don't have to call them sheep over to their face.
You just took it too far. Too far.
That's close. That's close. That's close. That's close. That's close.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I got something to talk about.
Actually, I want to finish.
Yay! What are you talking about?
Just a quick question.
Okay.
Trace, from what you were saying, everybody's going to be starved. Do you think that's going to be across the board, as in anybody who puts on a show, or is it just going to be like Jay-Z's coming into town? This like main rappers, like mainstream shit.
I think
compared to underground.
I think the first, like the initial, like getting back and people just wanting to go out. I think people are gonna give a lot more chances to stuff than they wouldn't necessarily have checked out originally. It's like, I just want to get out. I just want to see what's happening. I just want to have a good time. Foot traffic, like there's probably going to be a lot of places that are going to be offering stuff for foot traffic those who walk in, whatever. Like people are just going to want to be somewhere.
I'll say this,
and I think they're going to be a little bit more open because they're going to be grateful of getting back out.
I'll say this for independent or underground artists. This is the time for you to really think about stepping your stage game all the fucking way up, stepping that show all the way up, right? So you are giving them something more that they're going to be like, yo, that was dope as hell. I'm gonna come check this guy out again with the next show that they do, right? You don't want to have that same old mundane, boring ass, you know what I mean? Like, compared to what it was, it's time to change from what it was to something else. You know what I mean?
Right, that whole process of what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's funny that you asked that question because just yesterday I saw because there's shows happening here and there, right? There's the odd show happening. I saw somebody just on Facebook. I don't even know who it was. He was filming his boy just rapping at whatever little show, and I was like, you know what? I said to myself, I was like, I don't miss that at all, right there. What I was seeing. Right. So it's funny that you asked that. When you asked, do we miss being on stage? I was like, yeah. I do, but when I saw that, I was literally like, I don't miss those shows.
Yeah.
It was just this one guy standing beside the DJ booth, like, thought he was.
Yeah, like I've seen a video of a few like new shows nowadays, but they are underground. So that's why I asked Trace. I'm like, you think it's across the board? Because the ones I've seen, it doesn't really seem like they're getting the following still. Like the people are coming out to see the show. So
remember, because it is underground, you can't promote it that heavily. It is literally word of mouth. You can't be posting a lot of shit, right?
Yeah,
you gotta scatter times to have people come in at certain times, right? It's not the same, right? But when the world opens up, like Mo was saying, you don't want to be that artist standing beside the DJ rapping right in one spot or a little bit here and whatever. You gotta, like our last show that we did, right? We did something different that I've never really seen with our Shot Club mixer.
Yeah.
Right? We did a little bit different, right? And it's just those little things. You got to be able to involve people.
Not just that, the tour. Right?
The tour too, right? You got to be able to involve your audience more and get them hyped up. And, you know what I mean? Like, it's the time for artists to really think about what their stage show is going to really look like.
Yeah, you got to get the grunt. Oh.
Okay.
Sometimes you want to be able to work with this guy, you know. Sometimes it's like
you gotta get your grunt. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. Get your grunt.
Don't do it, man.
And on the back it's gonna say I don't even know how to spell that.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it, man.
There's gonna be a one-on-one.
And the more David says don't do it, the more Mo's gonna want to do it. The more
ideas that keep going. The ideas just keep going faster. When he's like, don't do it, the wheels spin more. But yeah, so what are you gonna say, Mo? You had something.
It just came to me earlier because I think
for the people in the chat. I was just gonna say, people in the chat, who do you want to see when the world opens up? Who do you want to see first? Show-wise.
Yeah. Let's have it. I think we might have talked about him before. What's his name? Whose son is he?
My son.
Is it Tom Hanks' son?
Chet?
Oh, fucking Chet.
Yeah. What about Chet? I think he's did something crazy.
Chet Hayes.
Yeah. I think we talked about it before when he was doing whatever he was doing.
I hate that we all know his name.
Yeah.
The Patois?
Yeah.
Super, yeah, he's Jamaican.
And so he just put out a video recently, and he was like, "You know what? I think it's gonna be a white boy summer."
The man said, "Yo, it's not gonna be a hot girl summer. It's gonna be a white boy summer."
He said a what?
A white boy summer.
But not only that, he threw it in. He's like, what do you say? He's like not white boy like whatever. He's like white boy like me, like Jack Harlow. Like he's throwing people's names in there. No, I didn't say shit about a white boy summer.
Bro.
It's a white boy summer, man. Renee dying. Like for real though. Like when I saw that, all I can be like, I just picture him remixing that beat. Like that Meg Thee Stallion beat.
Bro,
Apparently, he has something he's promoting again.
White
This is
boy
why,
summer.
bro. He has something promoting again. This is why.
that song went on for the Hot Girl Summer when it came out after summer anyways, or like the end of summer or something, and then ran for way too long. It was like December, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Well, it's gonna be a white boy.
That shit can go all year round.
White boy summer.
Nah, man. Don't laugh.
Oh, that shit had me rolling when I saw that. Like,
So I
this man is everything except himself.
Yeah, I commented on it, and I was just like, oh, this guy's been saying shit like that, and then Mike was like, nah, not that serious, and then the conversation went on with some next dude about it. So I kept getting all the notifications, and they kept going up.
Yeah.
And up.
Hey. All right.
All right.
And what is this shot to?
White Boy Summer?
This is to the white boy summer.
White boy summer.
May you get the tan you've always wanted.
David, he's like, I'm not going to say it. I can't say it. There you go.
What the fuck is this about, bro? Like,
I didn't say it.
you set this shit up, Bebo.
I
You
know.
set it up right before the shot. You knew what the fuck was going to happen. Like you said last week.
He did.
You always take a shot to what we're talking about last. And then he's like,
Yo,
let me set
it's
this up
always-
to myself.
It's
He's
always
like,
right
I will make sure
before
that they
we take
toast to
this
me
shot,
this
I'm
summer.
fucked up.
Mo, you gotta make that song, boy. You gotta make that white boy summer.
Oh, I almost
No,
tagged Jessica
No, that
in
means
it.
he's got an album coming out.
Yo, that is the funniest thing I've heard in a while, bro. Like,
Bro, this fucking guy said.
all right. So, what kind of summer would you guys like to have? What kind of summer would you like to have, David?
Huh?
What kind of summer would you like to have?
It's going to be a fly summer, baby.
All right. And what about you, Trace? What kind of summer are you gonna have?
You know, when you look at somebody, we can't tell who you're looking at, right?
I know. Trace just danced. He's gonna have a marionette summer.
Nah. I'm playing this summer. Oh, I think only Chess is gonna get this. I'm playing this summer. Let's Rock Scene 01. And next year's Rock Scene 2.
I got you.
Catch the fan Thursdays at 7 o'clock.
Casual Fan Podcast Thursday,
Thank you, Mo.
Friday.
Thank you for the promo, Mo. And what kind of summer will you be having? White boy summer or what?
So no, I was on a conference all weekend, and I heard somebody say it. They're like, "This is going to be a summer of love," because, and he was talking more about the real estate market, but I think in general, because the end is near, right? The world will be opening up, or at least seemingly. And we saw what happened last summer. This is going to be like that, but even more because there's a real end in sight.
Bro.
So it's going to be people are going to go crazy. It's going to be a summer of love.
Well, listen. David, as the only single guy here,
Did I do
It's gonna
something?
be-
Come on, what am I missing?
it's going to be a very hot summer for you, bro, because this lockdown has had people locked down for a very long time. Had women afraid to go outside just to meet a guy. Once those floodgates open up, they've been backed up for a motherfucker. Like, it's going to be a wave that you don't even understand. Like,
So everyone's not going to do his catchphrase now?
no, it's going to be more of a splash. Like, it's gonna be more of a splash.
It's going to be a.
But, like, that is crazy. Like, people
I
have
like
been...
the fact that y'all kept that going.
Well, like, no, but it's crazy that people have been cooped up so long. You know what I mean? I can only imagine. Like, I have my family here. I can only imagine someone who is single, who like lives by themselves. Maybe no girlfriend or anyone that comes over like consistently. You know what I mean? You can only picture what those people when that door opens. I feel like they're gonna go nuts. Like single people are gonna go nuts. Like Dwight is gonna go nuts. That's why like he's loving Florida right now. Because Florida is just like it's open. You know what I mean?
He's gonna take the mask off. Gun's gonna be out.
I'm about to buy some shares in Tinder.
Let me see your gun. That's all they're saying down there to him right now.
Those are the girls.
They're like, let me see your gun.
Let me see. No, I'm not. You're not gonna get me to do that stuff. Pause.
What,
Pause the whole conversation.
what even was that accent that you were gonna do?
Nope. Pause it all.
I don't know what that was.
The next thing I was gonna say was gonna be super pause, but then I was just like, no, we're not. It's not gonna be that type of day today.
Why not?
It's not
You know
a
what-
pause-worthy day. It's an okay
You know
day.
what I really like though is I think that's gonna be one of my new sayings. Let me see your gun. It's a lot of fun. Try it.
Yeah, just try it.
I can't say. Let me see your gun. Oh, Renee says I'm single, and you. Come on,
Renee.
Renee. You don't have visitors though, and you're in Sudbury. So you guys aren't as locked down as most people are. So I believe if you are dating or seeing somebody in Sudbury, you still were able to date and see them. Like the ones I know in Toronto when it was lockdown, like especially when it first dropped, God, nobody would go outside. Nobody would look at another person. Like
Yep.
you brushed shoulders with somebody at that time, bro. It was liable to be an air fight because they didn't want to come near you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like I can only imagine. Now we've
Nobody
gotten
was
a
looking at
year
anybody.
later.
No matter what, no matter how the body was looking, people weren't really looking at each other.
They weren't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Doy would tell the story. He would be in what's it called, Walmart. He said he saw this girl. She was bad. You know what I mean? He was like, "Hello." She looked at him like 6 feet. You know what I mean? He was like, "What? Hold on. What? Okay, let me back up." You know what I mean? That was the vibe they would give you. Like, if I don't know you, it was like, I'm not worried about an STD now.
No wait.
I am
Back it
worried
up.
that you have the
Back it
COVID.
up.
Yeah. Because nothing else matters, man. Nothing else is alive. COVID's killed more diseases than anything else.
Maybe COVID's the cure
What?
for everything.
Bye-bye.
You just said it. COVID has killed more diseases than anything else. COVID is the cure for everything. Maybe that's why they don't want us to catch it. Because if we do catch the COVID, we will never get sick again. Think about it. If it's true, I said it first.
No,
If it's not true, Mo said it first.
byproduct of fucking distancing that people aren't getting sick for sure. I
Yeah,
get
100%.
I get sick every winter. Knock on wood. I have not gotten fucking sick whatsoever.
It's true. Like you don't hear about people getting the flu.
Yeah.
Like regular.
No, because they said there's no flu season this year.
There's no flu season because
It's COVID.
people aren't mingling. Like most kids aren't like really in school mixing and matching with other kids. You know what I mean? So like, there's like a lot of things that were cut off where, yeah.
People aren't showing them each other's guns.
People are not seeing enough guns. Did we beep? Did our final beep?
Yes.
No, it didn't. It didn't, right? Yeah, okay.
Did it?
It was the 5-minute one. It's the 5-minute one.
No.
Hey Renee, let me see your torpedo.
Yo, it's halftime.
Torpedoes? Oh, that got super sexist. Okay. Anyways.
The views of Mo Littles.
Not
The
reflect.
views of Mo Littles does not reflect the entire shot club. I'm training, no dating. Training.
Yes.
No dating. That sounds just like a different word for the same word. He's like,
She's about to whip somebody's ass.
She's just training to get married.
She's about to whip
Like, you know what I
somebody's
mean?
ass. That's what
It's
that
not called
sounds like.
dating. It's not dating. She just training to get married. You know what I mean? You got to train to be a professional. I trained a lot in my day.
I don't know what this means. I'm lost.
I trained a lot in my day. And then I knew when my training was over because that's when I got married.
Would you call that your was that your training day?
I'm over this conversation. I know what's happening.
It's okay. It's like it's a married talk. It's almost like casual fan talk. You know, it's almost like wrestling. Only two of us understand. Only two of us understand it.
Thursday, 8:35.
Y'all can have your marriage conversation at Thursday.
If you guys want to hear about wrestling, Marvel, or marriage,
and marriage, y'all check it out.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
If you want to hear about some fuckery, some debauchery, some disrespect, you all stay out over here.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to hear some fuckery and friends.
There's that as well.
All streaming platforms.
There's that as well.
What is fuckery and friends? I'm so lost, bro.
That's the podcast. I do fuckery with Dwight on Saturday. Then he does a podcast with people during the week. So
you ever
it's
heard
called
it?
Fuckery and Friends. Nah, David's been sleeping on us.
Yeah, apparently.
I literally have been sleeping a lot.
Yo, David. David, you got to check out those episodes. No.
Yesterday I had.
You are knocking on the couch, yo.
Yesterday, I walked down to go get. I had one of these.
Like, yo, what
and I knocked all kinds of ways out. When I woke up, I was high as hell. Then I went to eat something, and then I passed out again. Then I woke up higher, and I ate some more. Then I passed out again, and I woke up with my phone on my chest, a fork in my hand, and I don't know where the plate was. Whatever.
Fork in your hand.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank God you didn't poke yourself in the eye, sir.
Yo,
the
only question I have is there any left?
Yeah.
So, this is kind of funny because I know Renee meant to write martial arts because I said she was training to get married. What did she write?
Marital arts.
Marital arts.
Marital arts.
I got a Snoop Dogg this moment.
Hey.
Marital arts. What is that? When they say the slip of the tongue or whatever?
Yo, this shot is
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip.
Yeah.
Freudian
slip. All right, what's this last one too?
This is our last shot. Thank everybody for joining us. This is the Marital Arts.
Marital Arts.
Marital Arts. Shout out to Renee, Mike Stone. Who else joined us? Lola.
Hajaglu.
Pat.
Hajaglu with the word foot.
Yes, Steve Hajaglu. I thought you said Patrick Glue. I was like, where's Patrick's name? I'm searching here. Patrick Glue. Who the hell is that? Yes, big up Steve. Always. And what is the shot you started again? Marital arts?
It's the marital arts.
Bum bum.
Bum bum bum.
Marital arts.
Bomb. All right, so as you can see, you can follow us at all our names. Check out Also Fly at Inspired by FC. And Trace, yeah, you can finish.
Chocolate Podcast, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified. Chocolate Podcast, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified. You never know what I'm feeling like.
Ray, and a Ray. And make sure you come. Pause. Why did I pause?
We are gang.
But yes, join us again next week, 7:05 every.
I was just about to drink too.
So I make the choice of the time. Hold on, that was a good smile.
You're ridiculous.